What's up, everybody? So I just want to do a part two on the money pit in the Philippines, and I also want to go through the comment and response to the people who commented. I really appreciate those people. Let's go. Let's see money pit in the Philippines. Let's kind of expand it. I have seen a video that an expat, an American expat. Um, he has like an egg farm. He has about 1,000 chicken, and then one side of the the what you call the property was raising chicken, obviously to sell eggs, and they have I think about 1,000 chicken, and then on the other side it's just basically it's a farm. They try to I think like plants like coconut or something like that. Honestly I can't remember right now, but you get the point. They have coconut, they have probably banana, something like that. And then for a couple of years they were not making money. They used to hire people, and they just not making money at all. So and then finally they decided to just have get the farmer come in, and they do all the work and the harvest, and they just split the whatever the profit. They just split it either 50-50 or something like that, and then basically they're not really even doing that. It's not really making much of a profit for them. And then on the the what do you call that, the egg farming, is it egg, on the chicken business, uh, they were not also making much money, by the time, even though they have 1,000 chicken, and they produce a lot of egg, like almost like every weeks they have eggs, to sell it. But they also hire four people, four Filipino. These are like a family that they hire. So, and the owner, the American expat, have said it. It's basically just try to help the family. So they are there with the business. It's just basically helping the white family. So the way they see it, they're helping these four employee to have a job. And then that's my question to you. you know why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, it's a good what do you call that, obviously, with good intention. That's very nice of the American expat. But let's just figure, let's just say let's just put you're 60 and you're thinking of retiring, and you go to the Philippines, and then you go there, let's say you found somebody, a Filipina, a nice Filipina, you married her, and then you try to help her family, and you start a business basically to help them employ. And it just, why would you, I just don't understand it. Why would you, submit yourself, after all the 60 years or whatever, how many years you've been working, and then you go to the Philippines and you still want to, have a headache. That's why I said, if you and an expat retiring in the Philippines, just stay retired. Don't do anything. When I say don't do anything, I don't mean like just go sleep and eat. No, not exactly like that. Of course, you can have your if you have hobby, you want to go, you have a photography. Like me, I'm into photography. You can do that, or you can, if you want, whatever is your passion, you can still continue to do that. You want to get your brain working. That's why I have this blog. That's all my intention was. I started this blog like 4 or 5 years ago. My intention was when I retire, I want to have a platform to talk about, to keep my mind busy. At the same time, I know even I'm retired right now, I still have so many things to do. just around the house. And also I have my like I shared with you guys already. I have to get my financial situation also uh, um, make sure my financial goal is for the next 20 years. So I'm trying to set it up. I'm still trying to figure out which way to go. And right now it's just like on hold right now because of we have election coming up in about a month, right? Yeah, next month. So yeah, so I'm kind of wait and see. Let's see what's going on. Very uncertainty time right now in the U.S. And then if let's go back to stay away from politics. Let's go back to the loophole. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would you expose yourself to that situation? Like you have to be, the employer to your own family. So sometimes I'm just when I was watching that video. I mean, it was very good. This man obviously has a heart of gold. But I was just saying, like, why, if you really want to help them, basically, sometimes it's better just to give them money. I'm not saying just give them money, straight out money, but let them do something. If you, let's say, you need help with something, you ask them and then you pay them. Sometimes much better that way than instead of creating a business that it's not really, because sometimes he admitted he has to put money into the business because there are months that are very slow and they have to buy whatever, the buy feed. I think the feed for the chicken or something like that, or if some medication, something like that. So, and then let's see. Also, the things that I want to mention is the I have seen also some of the expat, they created like they build houses, and then after that, they want to sell it, and then they want to sell it, of course, at the premium. They were thinking they can make money on this, on building houses in the Philippines and then resell it right away, like the flipping. And if that was you, I don't know. It all depends on the. I think with the real estate, you have to go with the location, and then what. But I want to mention particularly when I was watching one of the blogger, was featuring this like a property and also a business opportunity, because this guy, he has obviously he's living in a it's a beachfront, and then also at the same time he created a business which is a bar business, restaurant bar business. And it's just there for like he started, his business was just like for like a year or two, and then he decided to sell it. And when at the end of the video they mentioned about the price, I cannot remember exactly the price, but it was very expensive. To me, when I heard that, I said, why, who's stupid enough to buy that place? I just couldn't understand what is that purpose if you're going to buy it. Is it for your own as a house or as a business? If it's a business, the man already told you he was in there for like a year or two, and then he said it's not for him. He want to get out. Why would you get in? It doesn't make sense. When you try to sell some like a business, you got to have a show profit. If you want to buy a business, you got to make sure you want to see the book. Of course, the restaurant business is a cash business. We all know that. You're not going to see that in a book, but there's a way that you can find out. Um, you want to buy something that are making money already. You don't want to, especially when they want so much money. I remember when I was much younger, when I was here, when I'm starting out here in the U.S. I was working, as everybody I was working houseman, butler. That's all my job was. But at the same time, I was also at one point was looking for a business. My target was like a like a cafeteria, something like a in an office building, something like that. And then I've seen many people, businesses they was trying to sell you, and they were like so much money. They want so much money. Like in an office building, they want one person wants 150,000, and you say, hey, you know what? I guarantee you're gonna make 75 grand a year. And I was like, I was like listening, like 75,000. I can make wow, I can make 75,000, and you want 150, for the business. uh, it's not like you own the he doesn't own the the place. He was just renting the place in an office building. Basically you buying the equipment, the old equipment, and then and then the business. And I was like, oh Sam, I was actually talking to a broker. I said, oh, if I had 150,000, why would I want to make 75,000? That's what I told the broker. Why would I make? Why if I have 150,000? Why would I want to make 75,000? Just that's just me. Common sense, right? If you have 150,000, you want to buy business that can make you 200, 300,000, something like that, and up, right? Not like lower than the asking price. So when I saw that blog, that featuring that place, that's what come to mind. And like, why would somebody? The guy think people are stupid to fall into that. It just get very confusing. Is he selling his business, or is he selling his residency? You have to like separate it. When you see an opportunity like that, you got to separate it. Is it what is it? What is that really? Are you thinking of a business, or are you thinking of living there as your house? So you have to keep that in mind. But it's obviously it's not making money, and then not only that it's not making money, and he almost like want to scam you, like try to get you to pay, so he can get out, and he can retire somewhere else, maybe go back to the U.S. and retire at Richmond. Anyway, so you got to be very careful with that kind of a business opportunity in the Philippines. And I see many of the people. One other blog that I'm not going to mention, that he was building like he called it like he want to make into like a resort, and then he has this nice building, and then he created like a six suite, and he's like he's looking for an investor, maybe somebody watching his channel, his video, want to invest with him, because he have no money. He has a small retirement, and he want people to invest with him with your money. You got to be very careful. I've seen too many business opportunity, farming, piggery, or something like that. I have a friend who's into fishery. He's big time into work for a big company. They sell fish food, and like I told you, I've told my viewer before, he supply to it's everywhere, around the world. He supply here to the U.S. and also to Canada. It's so many country, and then I'm seeing my friend on Facebook, like he go meeting high profile people, like ambassador or something like that. So he really understand the business. And I asked him, I said, uh, like those cage, I've seen those some channel, they have this uh, fish in a cage, something like that, right? Huge, of course, big one. And my friend also, they do that. Big, this is And he told me, he said, you know, when you come to the Philippines, I'll take you along, you know, you can check it out. But when I was there, it was just too hot. I couldn't do it. And it's not my thing, you know, it's not my thing. I mean, I would be bored and I would hate it. It's not, you know, farming, fishery is not my thing. So, but I'm just trying to warn, you know, the viewer. I said, if you're gonna go in, how can you, like, you know, how can you protect yourself? You know, those fish, they can, you know, nobody gonna steal it. He said, you can, you just can. You just have to trust them, you know. I said, so that's not an easy business. He said, yep, that's not an easy business. So this you hearing this from the local people. If you want to, one of the probably a good business in the Philippines right now is the real estate. I have family and friends would tell me, you know, if you wanna, you know, in because I they were asking me like, what is your plan? What do you want to do? I said, I was thinking of, you know, of course, like so many, I wanna, you know, go back to the Philippines and retire there. But when I do retire in the Philippines, I wanna just rent. I don't wanna, you know, own a place. I have a townhouse already in a place called Novaliches. It's just like 40 minutes from Manila, just to so people understand. I don't want to live there right now because it's when I bought it, it's a nice place, nice, beautiful, you know. But not right now. It's kind of run down. The whole area is kind of run down, so it's so crowded. You know, it's a townhouse, and it's not just I don't like, you know, I don't like that too crowded. You know, you're gonna I don't want to mingle with people, you know, like I just want my privacy. I'm just like that, you know. I'm more like a condo guy or a private, you know, private home that you have your own backyard, so you don't have to you don't have to keep talking to your neighbor or something. Like every time you go in, you're gonna bump to somebody, you know. Um, that's what when I went back to the Philippines like what 6 months ago, and I was so disappointed. I was because the heat just got to me. The heat and the pollution got to me, and I was not. I couldn't do anything, and I basically I was just staying in a hotel, which is unusual because every most of the time when I go on vacation, I don't stay in a hotel. I usually go out. That's why you go on vacation is to you know to enjoy the surrounding, you know, and to see the world, to see the things, to meet the people. But again, it's just too hot for me. So you have to keep that in mind. You know, I am from the Philippines. If I'm complaining to you right now, you know, it's a warning. You know, for foreigner, for American people, you might think like, oh, I'm used to that. I can deal with that. You'll be surprised. So you know, my advice is just go there. Maybe take a month vacation and go there and see how do you like it. And then before you commit yourself, you know, selling everything, and then because you have seen so many videos that people say, oh, we having you know, we having like a what do you call that? A chance of a lifetime, you know, and they show you they were relaxing, they're all sweaty. I don't know. I can't see that when I see people sweating like that, they're like it's disgusting, you know. Yeah, my thing of vacation was very fresh, you know, like cool, relaxing, you know. I don't drink, but you know what? If you watch people, you know, having a wine, something like that, you know, much better than watching people on like on the deck and then sweating, you know, like all sweating or maybe cooking with all the grease coming out of their body. I just can't, you know, to me it's disgusting, you know. So gotta watch out for those things. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go to some of the comment. You know, people were commenting. That's one very interesting. Said one of the best restaurant. I know in like northern Wisconsin, they build up a business, and some board retiree from Chicago expressed interest, so they sell it for $500,000 down, the rest on the land contract, and then they take their crew to the next town. After a year, the clueless retiree fail, so they foreclose. So that's I just don't want to see that happen to a retiree, like expat going to the Philippines with their life savings, and then lost everything on such. Of course, this is in the U.S., but it's happening. We have seen it to expat, in the Philippines. I've seen it. Many have failed because they try to be the like the guinea pig of their Filipina. You know what? Your Filipina, good Filipina should take care of their husband, of their expat. They should protect their the expat from her family. That's what when I got married to my wife, I kind of protect her. I protect her. It's like I told my family, because I have family like you know they sometimes they can, like it's always like asking you for things, and then when I got married, I say, you know what, hey, this is my life now. I got to take care of my wife. I mean, if I'm extra, of course I help, but it's not the family is not my obligation anymore. Because why? Because I already married somebody. That's my life now. You got to do that. You got to separate, that in your wife, your spouse from your family. You got to protect your spouse. So vice versa, like me, I was that way. My wife was that way too. I mean, when we got married, hey, we are on our own. So it's not being selfish, but otherwise, it's gonna ruin your marriage. It's gonna ruin your marriage. That's why I'm saying that if I have Filipina watching this, thinking about marrying an expat, I want to tell you straightforward that if you found your expat, your foreigner, you got to take care of them. You got to take care of them. Take care of them away from your family. If your family is just something that count on you or something like that, you have to be very honest with your spouse and with your family that you're getting married. It's not your foreigner husband responsibility to feed the whole clan or the whole family. So you have to set the boundary. Otherwise, it's going to ruin your marriage, your situation. Yeah. A good Filipina. I've seen many good Filipina. Oh, they they will tell their family right away. Say, hey, you know what? My husband is not rich. You know, has a small pension. Or something like that. That's a good Filipina. Take care of their spouse. Let's see here. Let me see. And then, of course, I got a troll also. This guy was just, I know he was just commenting, making fun, something like he said that he bought like a 10 water buffalo for his for his Filipina that he never met. And then if they are sick, of course he has to send money for the for the medicine. And then and he's gonna go to the Philippines in 2 years, and hopefully his Filipina is beautiful, something like that. If you read it, I don't even bother to comment, because I know he's a troll, or he was just like try to make a jokes or something like that. But people get it anyway. People get it. Um, you'll see, you'll see, and then one very interesting is that my Filipina, my girl was is a his Filipina is from a farmer's family. They have their own land, and then they try to buy a land, but then they do the math, instead putting like a 500,000 to a land, or should they just put it on a CD and earn like a 4 or 5% interest. And then he said the farming business is unpredictable. It's that is so true. So they I think they decided just to keep it in the CD much better. I totally agree. I totally agree that it's better just put that money in a CD like a 4 or 5% than you're gonna take a risk. Put it into a business, doesn't matter. In a farming business or in piggery, or in fishery. Just don't do that. I would just leave it to the Filipino, not your Filipina. If your Filipina wants to go into the business, let her earn her money. Let's say if you figure out like you want to give your Filipina a budget, like you want to give her like let's say 20,000 a month, 20,000 peso or 10,000 peso, whatever is your budget. Let her save that money from her budget and go into the business. But don't use your life saving, because it's just too dangerous. If you lose your money or your savings, you finish. And once you're in the 60 and then you lost your savings, how can you recover? There's no way to recover. You're too old. You're too weak. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's just my thought on this video, is to be very careful. Uh, don't go into the business. I try to warn expat already. I don't know how many times I've done many videos that please, if you go to the Philippines, stay retired, and you will thank me for it later. All right. So anyway, let me know your thought on this video. Thank you again for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye now.